In this video, we're going to move on to the synth melody step of your final masterpiece project. So if you watched the last video, I talked about how to make a drum beat, but now we're going to deal with this track. So just like we did in the last video, or if this is the first video you're watching, you're going to go over here. You're going to hit the solo button, these headphones. What that's going to do is make it so you only hear the melody track, okay? I'm also going to zoom in a little because that's going to help us a lot today. Okay, so you do that just how you would zoom in with 2 fingers on your phone to look at a picture or on your laptop. Now, when you play this track, pretty boring, okay? And we did this in a past project, but in case this is your first time doing it, when you double click, I'm going to bring up the keyboard roll where you can edit the notes. First though, I think I want to change the sound of this synth. So I'm going to go right here to the instrument button, and that's going to bring up a different window. So you'll see that right now I have a synth sound called Mitch, which is kind of strange. But if I go here, I can start to look for some other synth sounds. That's pretty cool. That's also pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, I like that one. Punchy Dana. I don't know who names these, but, you know, whatevs. So you can also do things like tweak this sound by going to your oscillators. This was something we did in the Melodic Synth Loop project. You don't have to do that, but you could always try. I'm going to set this up here in the background. This little purple guy is the looper. You might have saw him in the last video. Just so we can hear what we're doing. See, I can start to mess with some of these. See, I can start to edit some of these sounds, right? So I'm actually going to set that back to where it was. But feel free, noodle around with these. The only problem that you might run into is that you end up getting so far down this road that you end up with a goofy sound that doesn't work for you. In that case, I would just switch back to something else, reset it, or reach out to me for help, okay? I like this how it sounds, so I'm going to just exit the window. And now I'm going to edit the notes. I double-clicked that track, and that brings up my piano notes. I'm zooming in a little bit again. And what I want to do here, this is actually very similar to what you did with the drum beat, which is create a pattern. Right now we have a very boring pattern. We have the same note. It's that C note. It's just over and over again 8 times. Now here's where you have all the control in the world. You don't have to use all these 8 notes. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't like it. Okay? All I did was select it. I'll go back and show you. You just select it by kind of drawing a box or by just clicking on it. If I wanted to get rid of multiple notes, I could draw a box like that. And I could press delete on your keyboard. Pretty cool. Now, I only wanted to get rid of this guy, so I'm going to do that. Second thing is I want to move these notes around. I like this one here. I'm going to grab and drag second note to something, and this is going to be where you're going to want to experiment. I'm going to drag the third one too. Again, this is something you're going to try and decide what you like. I'm also, you see, dragging and extending my third note. I want it to be a longer note. I'm going to test this out and see what's going on so far. Oh, that's actually kind of cool how it is. I still don't like these 4 at the end here, so let me think. Dun, dun, dun. Again, going with patterns, I'm actually gonna create a very similar thing to these 3 notes. So these 3 guys, right? I'm gonna create it on the other half here, very similarly. drag that guy out. But this time, to make things a little more interesting, I'm going to add an extra little blob way up high. So I just move the fourth note up to here. When you mix the black keys and the white keys, you end up with some cool trap sounds. So what I have here is C, A flat, that's this note, and the next one I have is G, and then I repeat that, C, A flat, G, and I hop up to a D flat. If you want some help with this, I will definitely help you out. But let's hear what this sounds like, because again, I'm just experimenting just like you would. I like it. Okay? Once you like what you're doing, you can exit the window, and there you go. So just like with your drum beat, you have the freedom to loop this and move it around wherever you want. So I think I'm going to click out of that guy. That frees us up from being stuck in the loop. I'm going to move my drum beat over. And I'm going to not solo this anymore. Here's all my tracks. I don't want to hear this record thing, so I'm going to get rid of it. You can see how this is starting to come together. So this is really all you need to do. You just need to create something cool in here from what you had and make sure it's a sound that you like, all right? And remember, don't forget, I'm going to be chatting with you right here. So look for my comments and I will be working with you and not leaving you out to dry. So have fun making a synth melody. You don't have to be a pro, but see what you come up with and we'll go from there. Have fun.